The night my daughter whispered those words, everything changed. I saw Mom with Mr. Thompson. She didn't say it dramatically. She didn't even look up at me. She was sitting on the edge of her bed, hugging her stuffed rabbit, her small fingers twisting its ear the way she does when she's nervous. I froze in the doorway. Mr. Thompson. I knew the name immediately. Our neighbor. 2 houses down. Friendly. Always waving. Recently divorced. The kind of guy who offered to help carry groceries inside. The kind of guy who lingered just a little too long in conversations. "What do you mean, sweetheart?" I asked carefully, sitting beside her. She hesitated. "At the park. After school. Mom told me not to tell." The room felt smaller. "Not to tell what?" She lowered her voice even more. "They were holding hands, and he kissed her. She said it was a secret because you'd be sad. There are moments in life when your body reacts before your brain can process." My ears rang, my chest tightened. But I forced myself to stay calm, for her. "You're not in trouble," I said gently. "You did nothing wrong." She looked relieved. "I didn't want you to be sad." I hugged her. And in that hug, I felt something crack inside me. My wife had used our daughter as cover. That night, I didn't confront her. I watched. She came home around 6:30, cheerful, talking about traffic and errands. She kissed me like she always did, asked about my day, helped with dinner. Completely normal, too normal. After we put our daughter to bed, I casually mentioned the park. "Oh," she said lightly. "Yeah, I took her there after school." "Run into anyone we know?" A flicker. Just a fraction of a second. But I saw it. "Not really," she replied, turning away to rinse a plate. I didn't push. Instead, I started paying attention. Over the next week, patterns emerged. Quick errands that took over an hour. Gym visits at odd times. Extra makeup for simple grocery runs. And Mr. Thompson's car parked slightly off-angle in front of his house whenever she claimed to be out. One afternoon, I left work early. I didn't go home. I went to the park. And there they were, on a bench beneath the large oak tree near the playground. My daughter wasn't with them this time, just the 2 of them, sitting close, too close. I didn't storm over. I stayed in my car and recorded. I watched him touch her face, watched her laugh, watched them kiss without hesitation, the kind of kiss that doesn't happen by accident. When I finally drove home, I felt strangely calm. Not because it didn't hurt, because now I knew. That evening, after dinner, I asked her to sit down. She smiled. "What's up?" I placed my phone on the table and pressed play. The video spoke for itself, her face drained of color. "I can explain." "Before you do," I said quietly, "why did you tell our daughter to keep it a secret?" She started crying immediately. "It wasn't supposed to involve her. I didn't know what to say." "You could have said nothing," I replied. "Instead, you made her carry your lie." That hit her harder than anything else. She tried to shift blame at first, said we'd been distant, said she felt invisible, said Mr. Thompson understood her. I let her talk. Then I asked one simple question. "Were you planning to leave?" Silence. That told me everything. "I don't know," she whispered. That was enough. The next morning, I contacted a lawyer. Not because I wanted revenge, because I wanted clarity. Over the following days, the illusion unraveled quickly. Mr. Thompson, it turned out, wasn't just casually seeing her. He'd been telling neighbors they were getting serious. He'd already introduced her to one of his co-workers as someone he was dating. She thought it was secret. It wasn't. Word spreads fast in neighborhoods like ours. One evening, there was a knock at the door. It was Mr. Thompson's ex-wife. She looked exhausted, angry, but not surprised. "He does this," she said flatly. "You should know." Apparently, my wife wasn't the first married woman he'd been involved with. When I told my wife about that conversation, something shifted in her expression. Not heartbreak, embarrassment. The fantasy cracked. Over the next few weeks, we began couples counseling. I didn't promise reconciliation. I promised evaluation. In therapy, something important came out. She admitted she liked the attention, liked feeling chosen, liked the secrecy. But when the therapist asked about our daughter hearing and keeping the secret, my wife broke down completely. I didn't think about how that would hurt her, she sobbed. That was the most honest thing she said. Meanwhile, I focused on my daughter. I gently reassured her that adults make mistakes, but it's never a child's job to protect them. I made sure she knew secrets that make you uncomfortable should always be told. She started sleeping better after that. As for Mr. Thompson, things didn't go as he expected. When my wife told him we were in counseling and she was stepping back, he reacted poorly. Angry texts, accusations, claims that she owed him honesty. I saved every message. Then I did something simple. I forwarded those messages to his ex-wife and to the HOA board when he began creating tension in the neighborhood. I didn't exaggerate. I didn't threaten. I just removed the cover of privacy he relied on. Within a month, he listed his house for sale. Apparently, the fresh start he'd hoped for didn't include being exposed as the neighborhood homewrecker. As for my marriage, it didn't magically heal. Trust isn't a switch you flip back on. Some days I look at her and remember the bench under that oak tree. Other days I see the woman who cries when our daughter hugs her too tight. We're still deciding what our future looks like. But one thing is certain. The moment my daughter whispered that sentence, the power dynamic changed. Secrets thrive in silence, and the smallest voice in the house was the one brave enough to break it. If there's anything I've learned, it's this. Betrayal isn't just about the affair. It's about who you're willing to involve in your deception. And when a child becomes part of the lie, the consequences don't stay romantic.